What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to you with that analysis breakdown on Keyonte George. He's a bucket. He's gonna get to the rim as fast and as quick as he can, and try to go off that glass or go right to the basket and finish it with floating it above the rim. He can get you with that first step. He has the patience. He has the ability to blow past anybody, especially when he uses his handle or he comes off a screen. He's a really, really tough cover. He even has the floater ability, which is something that you have to watch out for and something that he can do at a high level. He also understands when you're coming over to block the shot. He knows how to release it early. He knows how to release it off the backboard, and that's something that you have to like. Even if he having a straight line drive downhill, he's really good at finishing, and he's also good at just driving straight to the rim and finishing before a big can get there because he is that fast. Not only that, it's just about getting there before the defense does. And if you're good at that, you have a chance of finishing a high percentage shot, which is the purpose of layups in the first place. And I love the fact that he understands that and he has that in his game. And as a guard, you have to force the defense to guard you. So if they know you want to go to the paint, it's important to have that mid-range jump shot, especially if they're going to sag off of you. And that's always a good shot if you're confident in it and you understand how to read the defense and force them to pick and choose. And he's already understanding that they're going to give him that shot. And you have to just go ahead and knock it down and be confident at it because you're going to have enough room and enough space. And if you don't, you can always create the space because they rather you take a jump shot than get all the way to the basket to get an easier shot. And he able to make the difficult ones too. And that's what shows you that he has star potential, all star potential. And that's one thing you have to love because he's also taking a lot of threes as a young man in the league. He's taking about 6 3-pointers a game and shooting about 37%, which is above average, and that's where you want to be. But they're going to give you these opportunities. They're going to give you these chances because they want you to take the hardest shots, and threes are the hardest shots in the game. And I like the fact that he's taking them and making them at a good enough percentage. And he can do it in the corners. He can do it at the top of the key. He can do it off the dribble if that's needed. And that just show you how much work he's really been putting into that shot. And if you leave him open, he's letting it fly, even if it's semi-contested, because he feels like that's a good shot for him, and he feels that's a shot that he feels like he can make anytime in the game. And since he's been able to prove that, and since he's been able to show that, it is fun to see him go out there and just have so much confidence in his shot from the perimeter. And the three-point shot is becoming so important in the modern era. It's just good to have it as a weapon. And the man is fearless. He's going to go out there and take the shots he's comfortable with. He's going to even become a decision maker because of that. Because if they see you trying to score or they know you want to score, it's just about using your passing ability and your IQ to read and react and see what they're trying to counter you with. And he's giving you 6.5 assists. A lot of people was wondering, can he run the offense besides trying to score the basketball and jacking up shots? And he's showing you that you put the right guys around me, I'm going to make the right play. And sometimes that's getting rid of the ball early. Sometimes that's playing in the pick and roll. Sometimes that's just understanding where your teammates is going to be at on the court. So that way they can hit floaters. That way they can hit jump shots. That way they can also hit threes. And it's your job to find them if you're a guard or a person that's a ball handler. And he's starting to figure that out and get more comfortable with that. And that's important, obviously, for him and his teammates. And that's something that you want to continue to see from him. The preparation process has made him one of the must see guys in the NBA. And he's going to continue, hopefully, to build up his play and his name because he's only 6'4", 185 pounds. He's also 22 years old. He just got drafted number 16 by Utah in the 2023 draft. He's only been able to play 3 seasons in his career, and he's already showed that he can grow and improve every year. His numbers was getting better. His opportunity increased. So they see what he can be. They see what he possibly could do if he fix a little bit of this and do a little bit of that. And he's showing you that he's putting in the work. He's showing you that he wants to grow. He's showing you that he wants to improve. He's showing you that he wants to be great. And that's why you see his numbers go even higher this year is not because he's playing 33 minutes per game. It's not just because he's taking 16 field goals a game. It's because he went from 39% from the field to 45% from the field. It's because he's taking one less three almost, but he's still shooting 37% from three. And I know you can say, well, half his shots is almost threes. Well, at least he's showing you more variety and he's reading the defense better and not just trying to take the first shot that he feels like he can make. And that's something that most guards do have to figure out. What's a good possession? Is it me taking the pick and roll to get myself a shot or my teammates? Is it me just taking the best shot that's available depending on the shot clock? Or is it me just using my aggressiveness to be able to create shots for myself or for others, whether if I get a screen or not, or even in a pick and roll situation? And those things are tough because every team is going to present its own problem. Every team has their own specialties, and you have to play the game that way every single time you play in an NBA game. And that's why it's tough for guards to balance that, when to give up the ball, when to score, when to allow your teammates to do their thing, and when to take over a game. And that's something that he still is learning, but it makes sense. You know, you're only been in the league for 3 years, you're only 22 years old, and you're giving us 23 points a game, almost 24 a game already, you know, and you also not just settling for the jump shots, you're taking 7.1 free throw attempts a game, which is showing you that he's manipulating the defense and he's getting ahead of the defense. And that's something that you want to do and something that you have to do if you're a great player. And 89% from the free throw line, showing you that that jump shot is becoming more consistent and is coming more around. And the more you get practice at it, the more you work at it. That's how it's supposed to be. But you're actually seeing the results from him, and that's something that's amazing, and that's something you want to continue to see. And then I always was talking about those things because he's giving you 3.3 turnovers. That's high, you know, especially because he's not really a fast guy when it comes to when he's trying to run a play or he's trying to find a decision to make. He looks like he's taking his time and not really trying to rush it or not really trying to force it. And I feel like the turnovers should be able to come down, you know, the more they start to build a legitimate team around him as the guard. And it is fun seeing him go from being more of a combo guard to more of a playmaker. You know, now it's just about you're good at basically everything on the scoring end, since you kind of three-level scorer and you're trying to grow to be one and a more efficient one, which I still see some ways for him to do that. And you're also showing you that you can give us 6.5 assists. We're happy because that's better than what you gave us the previous years, which is 4.4 assists as a rookie and 5.6 assists as a sophomore in the league. And now you having a career high in that area. So you're putting up bigger and better numbers across the board, and you're giving us more positive outcomes than the negative. And that's showing you that he's learning and he's implementing what he's supposed to learn and what he's supposed to change, even if it's on the fly. And the NBA season can be like that because it is 82 games and it is something that you have to prepare for because it's part of your job. Even if you get banged up, you're still trying to get out there as much as you can, and you're still trying to put as much as you can when it comes to work on your game when you're out of the games too. And you're seeing some beautiful results from Keyonte George, that he is becoming the player that he wants to be, but also the player that teams will like to have, because they know if he can do it here, he can do it anywhere because it's legit, you know. And this season is a stamp for him, and is mainly something that you should just be proud of him for. But he's also giving you 1.1 steals, showing you that if you try him or you give him a chance to even find that ball, he's going for it. And he's not the greatest defender. He doesn't have the highest IQ just yet. And it's mainly because he's been in the league for a short amount of period of time, and his role has changed so far in the NBA, but it's showing you that he is adaptable and he is more of a scorer than he is a passer. That's something that you have to accept. That's something that you have to allow him to continue to grow through. And of course, there's growing pains, you know, that's going to come with that. And like I said, his turnovers is proof of not really being 100% sure of what he should do all the time. He still gets in his own head. He still try to make some decisions that's iffy. He still try to make the tricky passes. And like I said, that just learning is all you can really do is watch footage, watch tape, and just pay attention to what you're doing and try to say, I got to cut this out or I know that don't work. It's trial and error. You know what I mean? Whether you're in high school, whether you're in middle school, college, it's trial and error. You got to see what works and what doesn't work and just try to find a way to do what's right as much as you can. And I do feel like he's more on that pace of he's doing more to help you than he's doing more to hurt you. And rookies are going to do that a lot. They're going to hurt you more than they're going to help you. And now the Jazz are showing you that they trust him to run the offense. And I feel like this has been a great experience for him. And it's not just because of the numbers, it's just because he has shown that he is learning from his mistakes and continuing to show that he's willing to continue to do that. And any franchise would love to have that. Any franchise would be knocking down the door to get this guy in the future if he comes available, because if he's healthy and he continues to work the way he's been working and getting the results that he's been getting every single season, then this guy should eventually be an all-star. I know that he probably could have been an all-star this year based off numbers, but if the wins come and the teammates come, I can see him flatten a little bit, because you have to allow your teammates to be a big part of what y'all doing, and you have to let them thrive too. And that's part of a guard. You're supposed to set them up, make their job easier, and play off of them. And his game is adaptable. He's a three-level scorer. He can score on the ball or off the ball. He can catch and shoot. And all of those things open up more opportunities for his teammates to get good looks if he can continue to carry the offense. And that's what the player he's trying to be. You know, I'm trying to be a guy that's always a threat to score the basketball. And if you give me too much attention or you try to stop me too much, I can read that early. And I want to try to read that early and counter with a pass to lead to a basket or to lead to a counter pass to get a hockey assist. And that's something that he's doing already, and it's already tough to guard him and it's already tough to stop him, which is the scary part, because he's still getting better and he still has a lot of room for improvement when it comes to reading and reacting and seeing what the defense is going to do and what they're trying to do, and just trying to make the right decision and get high percentage opportunities, whether that's for yourself or your teammates. And the guard position is tough. It's difficult. It can be frustrating. It can be too much for some guys, but not for Keyonte George. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already to get the analysis when it first come out. I also do conversation videos and different type of videos on my channel. And if you didn't know, I got over 4,000 plus videos already on my channel that you can watch right now, and it's all for free. And you can become a fan if you like this type of content and these type of things. Other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis and even in the future if it's meant to be. Other than that, y'all stay good.